The presence of aliens is nothing new to planet Earth. They have been here for thousands of years. Their biblical identification is one of being fallen angels who rebelled against God and were kicked out of heaven. Their most notable name is Anunnaki or Anak. Who were the Anunnaki? They were the watchers, watchmen assigned to Earth, to watch over Yahweh's creation on Earth. They were created by God as perfect angels. These watchers rebelled against God, and a mutiny followed, as they lusted after human women, and abandoned their mission to oversee humans, and began to defile the women of the earth by having offspring with them. When men began to increase on earth and daughters were born to them, the divine beings saw how beautiful the daughters of men were, and they took wives from among those that pleased them. It was then, and later too, that the Nephilim appeared on earth, when the divine beings cohabited with the daughters of men, who bore them offspring. They were the heroes of old, the men of renown. The Bible says they will mingle themselves with the seed of men, and also in Daniel, we are warned of iron mixed with miry clay, that will not cling to one another. It is impossible for those created and made in God's image to cling to those who simply want to destroy them, and aren't even human. This last kingdom, the prophesied fourth and terrible beast kingdom, that will arise in the last days, is an alien nation. For now, they roam earth awaiting their chance to destroy and kill mankind in their envy and rage for mankind being made in God's image. Soon the Lord will take his hand off of America and lift the veil, allowing them to reveal themselves. For God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved for judgment, and did not spare the ancient world, but saved Noah, one of 8 people, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood on the world of the ungodly. 2 Peter 2:4-5. The first watchers who instigated the rebellion were judged accordingly. 200 watcher officers, each in charge of tens of thousands of watcher soldiers, abandoned heaven to mingle with earthly women. Even after the flood, many more rebelled, and came to earth following their footsteps. These ones have not been judged yet. The bulk of these fallen angels from both of the earlier rebellions, Lucifer's and the Watchers, have been imprisoned in the hollow planet of Rahab, aka planet Nibiru, which is now returning to Earth to help Lucifer overthrow and dominate the Earth in the last days. It is in these last days that the Lord will allow them to be released from their prison to fulfill their end-time prophetic role in helping Lucifer subdue the Earth. In the Sumerian language, the term Anunnaki meant from heaven, who came to Earth. The Anunnaki had children that became known as the Nephilim, Rephaim, Amim, Gibborim, Philistines, Zamzummim, Anakim, Ivim, and a few other names. The mixing of genes started with Cain's daughters, the women of Canaan, who created a DNA defect called giantism. Their children were giants. Some were 30 feet tall. Aliens are not demons. Demons are the spirits of the dead giant hybrid children. These watchers came to Earth to be kings, emperors, priests, shaman, Tuitongas, Manitus, pharaohs, gods, and goddesses. They are the titans, pans, gods, goddesses, and fauns of Greek and Roman mythology. They have supernatural strength, psychic powers, and, oftentimes, have 6 fingers and 6 toes. They want us to believe mythology is merely fiction, but it is not. Almost all of the characters are based on real watchers, or their hybrid children, who played those roles while on Earth. Yes, a lot of it is dressed up to make these characters heroes and gods and goddesses, but you can glean some real truth concerning what was going on back then, minus the garbage they threw in to make them all nice fairy tales. The Anak are known to be shapeshifters and cannibals. They sacrifice humans, drink blood, levitate objects, astral travel, report the future, practice magical arts, and teach the art of war. They are the masters of astronomy and astrology. They taught mankind abortion so that they could keep certain women beautiful for sexual pleasure. They are the incubus and succubus. They are the magi of ancient Egypt and Babylon. They place and remove curses. They use poison, gossip, backbiting, and intrigue to take power and overthrow the true sons of God. They are master builders and built the ancient cities. They are the Atlanteans. They are half fallen angel, and half human being. They are the Gibborim, mighty men of renown, like Hercules the Titan. They are the stock that the Antichrist will come from. They are fully fallen hosts, and fully man. They were here before the flood and after. They are the creators of the alien hybrid greys and UFOs of modern times. They are the seed of Satan. See Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the women, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. They can shape-shift into reptilian form, and then back into their own. They can be 7 to 9 feet tall on average. They are the armies of the Antichrist. They are the inhabitants of Hollow Nibiru. They will be enforcers of the mark of the beast. And as the Lord has told me, men's hearts will fail with fear when they see these beings on the earth. This earth is going to be cluttered with the dull, the ugly, and the damned. And it's coming sooner than you think. At first, they may appear friendly, sincere, and offer to help Earth struggling to survive from wars, natural catastrophes, and famines to deceive the world to invite them to our planet. But the facade of friendliness will not last. They will overthrow our government, replace the law of the land, and dominate this land as they walk through it, putting all people in subjection and fear of them. Yahweh told me this. Tell them. Do you see the picture developing? The last days are terror. Woe! Woe to those who will seek to harm my little ones. My own I will protect, but woe to the planners of evil, and those who plan to destroy the world. I will allow it, and then my judgment will come. Many pieces to the puzzle, I will show them to you, and reveal my glory through you to the nations. My child, know this, that the last days are of suffering and terror. Such terror has never been known before. Those of old Anak will walk and control the earth. They will commit and enforce evil of every kind. And when I return there will be more of them than man left. Woe! Woe! Give them the warnings of terror to come, so that they will find peace and strength in main, for I shall lose nothing given to me. Those in my hands are mine. Many will be tested, but they are mine. To be refined in the fire, and then set gloriously in my light. Tell them, child. Tell them no one can even begin to imagine the horrors that are coming. Your safety and refuge are within me. Tell them. The mixing of fallen angel/alien with human DNA led to a giantism defect in the DNA of the hybrid offspring, and an eventual, almost complete, contamination of not only the human DNA, but the animals as well. Bestiality was common. By the time Yahweh destroyed the world with a flood, because of this contamination, and to destroy the hybrid giants and deformed animals, only one family on earth was left with pure human DNA. But even after the flood, the watchers kept revolting. This hybridization and corruption of the human DNA is still today very much a part of our world, and most hybridization goes undetected. It never stopped from the beginning. They just perfected it, creating their own human/serpent seed lines to mingle with humans. So why is the church silent on UFOs, aliens, abductions, implantations, and forced breedings? These Anunnaki are not our creators. You can read in Enoch chapter 6 to 15 how they were created beings by Yahweh in heaven, and were assigned to watch over the earth. When they rebelled, they were cast out of heaven, their first estate, although they do still reign in the first and second heavens. In the following years, the theory of evolution will be discredited from the very founder, supporters themselves, and their pawns. You can see this happening even now. They will then promote through government disinformation scientists that mankind was created in a test tube by these Anunnaki, and that these Anunnaki are our creators. This is part of the grand delusion, and at the end of the days. And we are in the end of the days. Instead of preaching the truth, our churches changed the truth to lies and preached the sons of Seth facade, changing the truth of scriptures. These angels were the sons of God, who rebelled against him. Our churches also sat back and allowed the book of Enoch to be taken out of the scriptures. What this did was hide the worldwide hybridization and the truth concerning who these aliens are and what they are doing. Why? To keep people in the dark and unprepared for the great lie that is coming. They could not pull it off if everyone already understood who these aliens really are. Many pastors today are following the drumbeat of their training seminaries, and not God. They are following man's wisdom, not God's, while religious leaders aren't preparing their congregations for what is coming, and in their own ignorance, they do not even realize they've been deceived themselves because they refuse the truth as it is in Yahweh, and they have blindly accepted only what man has told them to believe or teach. Many of the lies being put out is for this specific reason: to inform the public on the paranormal, occult, UFOs, earth changes, and to hurt and brainwash the people into believing that the aliens from outer space are our creators, our forefathers, ascended masters, and enlightened ones. They are creating the foundation for the biggest deception that has ever been perpetrated on mankind. That mankind is a creation of these aliens, and that they are our gods, and therefore, there is no real God. The Bible will be wrongfully discredited, and they will proclaim that there are no such things as natural God-given rights. It is about world government and total control over the surviving masses by the elite of the occult secret societies. And that is what these incremental brainwashers will try to do. Naturally, the aliens themselves have been working through the different factions, secret societies, and world elite to bring about the NWO and global government. They puff up and promise leadership roles, fame, and fortune in the coming global kingdom for those who cooperate with them now and help bring it to pass. But they will learn soon enough why Lucifer, Satan, is called the father of lies. He will betray and kill them all when he rises to power. Do these people really think he would share his kingdom with anyone? Murder, mayhem, betrayal, double-crossing, and an alien invasion. Some of us understand the agendas taking place to form a one-world government. Now take it a step further, as to who and what is really going to run the show. An agenda so hideous, the churches will not tell you, and cannot, because the real truth has been kept hidden from the public. The alien agenda, the time clock for America is ticking. Can you hear it as loudly as I do? The Lord is warning America today. The aliens are coming. The veil is being lifted, and the alien nation beast kingdom, prophesied by Daniel and John, will come to pass, enabling the alien beast kingdom to take over the whole world. If you are fence-sitting, it's time to get off the fence. If you are backsliding, it's time to get back with Yahweh. Time is running out, and unless He protects you, there will be no place to hide. The only safety we have is in Him. Don't be deceived by them. Arm yourself with the word of the Lord. Yahweh gave this message to me. It is time those not sent by me will come against you roundabout. They will surround you on every side. Know this, child, that I am with you. I will use you as my messenger to all who seek the truth, and they will mock you and scorn you, as they did me. The time is coming when the true servants of mine will be here no more, taken up to be in my glory. Yes, child, the time is coming. Arm yourself with steadfastness and truth. Be bold in me and my ways. Do not look to the left or to the right, but in me. You shake the gates of hell and knock the walls down of great societies and kingdoms. Expose their plans as I reveal them to you. Reveal everything I give to you, my child, and let me handle your enemies. For they are great, but I am greater. Do not sorrow, child, for those who refuse my instruction. Leave them in my hands and continue to do what I lead you to do. I have given you a sword and great anointing. Look to me, and I will lead. The sins of the world will be destroyed in one day. You will be with me for eternity. Regain your strength in me and continue on, for the time is short.